I'm Rene Loew. I'm Tech Support, FAA Certified Repairman and responsible for warranties here at AVStar. Today I want to talk about sealant on inlet fittings and drain plug and the contamination that they can cause on carburetors. So many times when we get units returned here at AVStar for warranty, we see a sealant being applied to the inlet fitting or the inlet adapter. That can cause contamination of the needle and seat and flooding of the carburetor. Another problem that we see very often is a sealant being used on the drain plug. The drain plug is installed here on the bowl, and many times you can see contamination of the mixture boss and shaft, which can cause binding on the mixture shaft. So here I have some samples of drain plugs that were installed with Teflon tape, so you can see how the Teflon tape peels off. Many times if the Teflon tape gets around the corner, around the threads, it can get into the carburetor bowl and then cause binding on the mixture shaft. Here we have another drain plug that has sealant applied. The sealant should not be on the drain plugs. If it gets around the corner, it's going to end up in the carburetor and cause binding on the mixture shaft. So when removing a strainer or drain plug, the most important thing is, first of all, turn your fuel off on the fuel selector valve, because you don't want your carburetor to be draining and your fuel tanks to be drained. The next step is to remove the drain plug on the carburetor to drain all the fuel out of the carburetor, so there's no fuel sitting in the fuel strainer. And the third thing will be to remove the strainer out of the carburetor. So once the inlet adapter and the drain plug is removed from the carburetor, inspect the threads for burrs, for contamination or damage. Clean all the components and check the sealing surfaces for damage. So on the inlet adapter and drain plugs, we have different types of gaskets. So the first one is the crush gasket. So basically it seals against the throttle body or the bowl of the carburetor. The next type is a pipe thread, mostly used on drain plugs. And then some carburetors use packings that seal against the bowl of the carburetor. So for the crush gasket components, you want to apply light mineral oil on the clean components, especially on the washers, on the crush gaskets and on the threads. Install the component and torque it to specs. Same with the drain plugs. Apply light mineral oil, install the plug and torque it to spec. On the components with that use packings or O-rings, you use light mineral oil as well. Install the plug and tighten it to specs. So light mineral oil is used to ensure the correct torque value on the components. The light mineral oil is not supposed to be a sealant in this case. It's very important to apply the correct torque specs. If you over torque, you can damage the threads of the carburetor bowl or the drain plug threads. Always replace gaskets when installing drain plugs or inlet adapters. If you still have leakage, if you still see leakage after installing a drain plug or an inlet adapter, remove the component again, replace the gasket, and try the procedure again. If you installed a pipe thread drain plug and it's still leaking, remove the drain plug and replace the drain plug with a new component. So the most important thing when installing drain plugs and inlet adapters is to keep all the components clean and to stick to the procedure. If you go on our website, you can find the parts catalog and the instructions for continuous airworthiness, where you can find all the lubricants used for installation and the torque values. If you still have problems or need help with your installation, feel free to call us at AVStar.